Crafters, it's Karen, and I've altered another one of these balsa boxes that you can, or that you were able to find at Michael's, and I made another camera in a vintage style, so I'll share that with you. I've done a couple of these before, and for this one I used the Lyric collection there, and I used you know, an old spool for the lens, you know, an empty spool, ribbon spool. This is the overview. I really love the texture that I was able to create. This is supposed to be, you know, the handle, the camera strap, you know, so you don't drop your camera. But I used it to add charms. So to create the camera, the first thing I did was paint it with black acrylic paint, and I wanted the overall camera to be black, and I wanted to be able to have hints of brown in it. But as I was using my sprays and everything, it just wasn't, the black didn't show as much detail. So I painted over the black with some brown, and I went over it with a lot of my Lindy's sprays, like the dark chocolate truffle spray and a few others. And I used my Heidi Swapp bronzer spray and the gold and also the tinsel. I used my Goosebumps, and I just kept heat setting it till the acrylic paint bubbled and till the Goosebumps, you know, activated or whatever, and it brought me this really cool texture, even on the bottom there. And I did the same. I worked the lens the same way. If you could see that, you could see more of a gold hint or a bronze hint to the lens. But I think it came out really sweet. And there is a lot of texture on here. So that's what I did. And let's see, after it was all painted the way I needed it to look, I used a doily over here from Julie the Paper Bag Lady, one of the smaller doilies. I took one of the Tim Holtz bingo markers, and I had sprayed it with the dark chocolate truffle, and then I sprayed it with the Heidi Swapp bronze spray. And then I layered this wing nut on top, and then a bauble in the middle, and I adhered those two with the E6000. And then I added, this is bling or pearls on a roll from Recollections, and I just adhered those all the way around the bingo marker. And then for this is, you know, where you would advance your photos. So underneath here is another tiny doily. This knob underneath there is the knob that, you know, that comes on the balsa box, this thing. And I sprayed it with the dark chocolate truffle and the Heidi Swapp sprays as well. And then I layered this piece on top, and I believe this is from Industrial Chic from Michael's, one of those that came in a pack when those were on clearance. And so I added that, and it already had a jump ring on it, so then it made it easy for me to just add a chain. Where is it? So it made it easy for me to add this chain. And then for the top here, I added, you know, this piece that I had gotten at the expo. So I thought that came out really sweet. For the lens, like I said, was an old empty spool. So I took off the top and the bottom, of course, and before I adhered the spool to the camera, if you could see in there, if I could get rid of that glare, there's a circle, the clock from the lyric paper, if you could see that with the B in the middle. So I adhered that, I cut that into a circle, and I adhered that directly onto the camera itself. I glossy accented the B. I don't know if you can tell through the acetate lens. But then I measured a piece of acetate, the size that I needed, and then I stamped it with my lyric stamps. If you could see, I used my StazOn, and it's the B image, the same image that's on that clock, if you could see that there. Can you see where I stamped it, and then all around? And then I used my glossy accents to adhere the acetate to this side of the lens. And then I don't know if you're going to be able to see because it is dark, but there's pearls and shells and sequins and what else? Just little pieces, if you could see that, they're inside the lens there. So I put those little bits and pieces on top of the image, and then I adhered the lens using glossy accents. Or maybe I used E6000. I used E6000 to adhere the lens. And then after I adhered the lens, after it was dry, I added this pearl, and this is the pearl on a roll from Michaels. And I just adhered that all around. And then this Prima trim that I had on the very edge there, so that it makes the lens look just a little bit longer. It just frames it out real sweet. And I added that with glossy accents as well. Then for over here, I wanted to include some of the lyric paper, and I really liked this part here, the clocks with the tickets. So I fussy cut that out. I distress it with my black soot, and then I added these flowers, and this is a small rose from like I Am Roses, and this is a foam flower that I'd received in Iraq, and I went over it with gesso to dull it out so that it would have more of a melon peachy color. And then this is a rose from I Am Roses, and another one there, and these are all layered on top of a little doily from the Paper Bag Lady. This is a Wild Orchid Crafts rose that I had gotten from Gisella's shop, Lavish Laces. And inside there is another I Am Roses. It's kind of dark, and it's dark here today because it's raining again. But I hope you can see the detail there. There's also this leaf that I layered, on top of. And I added gesso to the flowers, and then over here, I cut out this banner, and I added these tiny little roses that I had in my stash. So I thought that came out really sweet. And then I just added a couple of these smaller gears from Tim Holtz. Went over them a little bit with gesso just to highlight them a little bit so that they wouldn't blend too much into the camera. Added a little I Am Roses rose there. I love that size. And then I had fussy cut this piece off of the paper collection. And then you can see all the texture in here. It looks really cool, like an old leather camera, I think. I think it came out really sweet. And then I took this butterfly from Butterbee Scraps, and I bent it into shape and added some gesso, and this is some more pearls from the Pearl on a Roll for the center there. Really cute. And then for the back side, I added this piece from Butterbee Scraps and added some more little pearls in the center there. And then this, I forgot what these are called, but it's by Tim Holtz, and it says, "Possibility begins with imagination." If you could see that. Really sweet. And then I added a little bit of this film strip, Tim Holtz film strip ribbon or whatever, coming out from behind the lyric image. And then I went over everything with gesso and snow text. But the snow text I used is snow text that I picked up recently at AC Moore. When Joe took me, we were in Fort Lauderdale recently, and he took me to AC Moore, so they had the glittering snow text. So I thought that was really cool. So I used that, so the whole camera has a bit of a shimmer to it wherever there is snow text, see? So I thought that was kind of cool. And then it opens, oh wait, and then the charms over here. This is a Tim Holtz bauble, and I added, let's see, this a little charm here that I'd gotten at Hobby Lobby, and a little Tim Holtz gear. And I may add a couple more things here. I just didn't want it to disturb that film strip too much. And then for the inside, it stays closed with Velcro. And then for the inside is a tiny little mini album. See, I painted the inside black as well. So just a quick little mini album. I used the Lyric collection for this as well. I tied it off with string as my binding, and the paper already said cherished on it, and I just added the fussy cut the banner and added it, and a little bit of lace and a flower, and I just added a little bit of that lace there, and a little Martha Stewart butterfly. This is a button that Lydia had created and sent to me. And I layered it on top of a little piece of trim. So this is just big enough to add, you know, your favorite quotes, maybe some little wallet-sized photos, just a little bit of journaling. I added a little butterfly there. All I did was add pearls here because this image is so pretty. Over here I had, wait a minute, did I skip? Nope. Over here I had fussy cut this ruler piece, so I just added it there. And over here I just added a little bit of cheesecloth and another rose from I Am Roses. Really cute. And then there's the chandelier image. I really like that, so I just added a string of those pearls from the Pearls on a Roll there. And then a little bit of pearls there. And then I added a little piece, the paper already said smiles, so I just added, you know, a little piece of this lace trim from Hobby Lobby. Fussy cut the butterfly out and layered it there. Over here it says friend, and I fussy cut this, and then I adhered it so that it was a little pocket. Cute little pocket to hold cute little tags. So there's 3 tags there. So big enough for, you know, to write important dates or, like I said, little quotes. And then the back of it, I used a little ruler there from the collection. I just fussy cut it and adhered it. So that's the little mini album. Whoops. And there's the camera. I thought the camera came out really sweet. And I'll give you another look there. I really love how the lens came out with that acetate in the image. It looks like a, you know, an old leather camera. Like maybe one of those old brownie cameras like my Pepe used to have. So there you go. That's my little project share, the little lyric mini album to go inside the altered balsa box. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.